Good morning, guys. I'm going to go ahead and start the watch list here pretty soon. Just waiting for a few more people to join. Nice move here on DRCT so far, from basically this 260 all the way to 360s. Alright, guys, we got a few more people that joined, so it looks like we're good to go now. So let's go ahead and go over the watch list. As you guys can see, this is my main watch right now. We have DRCT, which just had a pretty decent gap here. Hopefully this one stays in play. We'll see if it can hold VWAP or not. But right now it looks like it wants to pull back. ARHS is another one. Hopefully this one gets some volume and pops over VWAP towards the open. Probably just set a price alert there. You can see VERU is trading at kind of a key level here towards 14s. And then we have a few other gappers as well that I'll go over. I'm sure a lot of you guys were watching Nvta yesterday. Really nice run on that one. But yeah, I'm just going to quickly go over the watch list. I made a watch list last night, and then after that, we'll go over the rest of the gappers. So the first one I had on my watch list last night was Nvta. So really impressive run on this one, especially in the last, hour and a half. But it looks pretty weak this morning. We are getting a gap down. So for me to really keep an open bias and look for continuation in long setups, I'd probably want to see like this 750 at some point turn into support again. So if that were to happen and it were to build back up, I would definitely keep an open bias to see if we can break through 8 again and push back towards the highs. We do have some support towards the 650, but it made a big move yesterday. So it still could fade lower. What I'm going to do is just wait for the market to open and see how it reacts. If it stays heavy under 7, this could potentially fade lower towards like the low 5s, which was basically where we broke out of from yesterday. This 450 area. 350 was pretty big as well. But on the flip side, if it stays strong above 7, I'll set some price alerts in case it comes back into play. HLBZ. I was watching this one yesterday as well. We had it on our watch list. Basically, I said that 190 was going to be the key level for long setups, for the bigger picture. Because we had the support here on this day towards 190, ended up fading. And then we ended up getting a bounce right to that level, nice rejection, and fade back down. So since we couldn't reclaim 190s, definitely more short biased on this one, on HLBZ at the moment. But it does feel like kind of a chase to short it down here. So we'll see. I'm just going to set a price alert. If it comes back into play and pushes back up, I'll keep an eye on it. If not, I'll probably just avoid it. The next one on the watch list was Bcab. So pretty sold off daily chart. Pretty much a steady downtrend here. We don't really have any big levels on the daily with big volume that I'm seeing. There's a few volume days, around these areas, but nothing really up here. So this is something I'll keep an eye on. If we continue to hold above like this 680 area, we can keep an eye on Bcab. I feel like it could break out higher if we get that volume. Vcsa was the next one on my watch list. I think this one has a bigger float, like 60 million. We do have some resistance in the 4s here, in this area. So for me to be long biased on this one, I'd need to see at least this $4 level turn into support, or even like this 405, 410 level. So I'll set a few price alerts on that one in case it does kind of pop back up. Other than that, I'm not really interested in it. But Nvta did have a pretty big float yesterday, and it was still able to run on SSR. So who knows, maybe we'll get a few more like that with bigger floats that start running. But it would have to do a lot of volume most likely, so we'll see on that one. MTTR was also on the watch list due to this gap up. So if we can hold $6 with good support, or I'd say, you know, more like 620 for now, 610, 620. We can see if this one wants to break out later on. ENVX was also on my watch list last night due to this gap up. Let's see what the daily chart looks like. So we're getting close to $20, which is right around here. We kind of have some levels in the 20s. Big level here towards 24. So that's another one I'll keep an eye on. Alright, so we're almost done with the watch list, and then we'll go over the gappers. But just really quickly, I'll go over the secondary list. So we have ALLG. This one was really choppy, but it did close pretty strong over VWAP towards like 560, 570. So if this one holds and we have decent volume, we can keep an eye on ALLG. Looks like HLBZ is getting a little push towards that 170. That'll be interesting if it holds above this area. TTD, ATRA, still watching Bed Bath & Beyond and AMC. Looks like VLDR is gapping up a little bit. So that was pretty much everything from the watch list. Let's go ahead and go over the main gappers now. So DRCT. Let's take a look at this one. Again, looking at the daily chart, we have a big level towards 320, which we passed. Beyond that, there's kind of a level here towards 360, 430s, basically fours. But above, you know, 5, there's no resistance that I can see. So I'll definitely keep an open bias on this one. If we can hold above 360 towards the open, we'll see how it reacts. If it holds really well, we can potentially look for longs, see if this wants to break out and push towards the fours. If that happens, I'll probably be looking for a short later on in the fours or fives potentially if this really does stay in play. So this is going to be kind of the main watch for me. Hopefully this one stays in play and doesn't just die off. But I'm going to be watching the tape at the open. GMBL, not much there. I mean, I'll keep an eye on it if it pops over 66 again, but probably not going to be too focused there. ARHS, like I said earlier, that key level is going to be towards VWAP. I want to see big volume on this one. If we don't see big volume later on, then I'm just going to avoid it. Vcsa, we need that to turn 4 into support. MTTR, we'll see if 620 holds and pushes higher. So far, nice hold on DRCT. We'll give it some more time though. We still have a couple more minutes here till the open. It would almost be better if this thing flushed and then reclaimed over 360. I would prefer that for the open rather than just breaking out because I really don't want to chase it. But it looks like it's holding up pretty well. VERU. So I know that 15, 16 is a big resistance here on the daily. Alright guys, so that's pretty much what I'm focused on. Mostly going to be DRCT this morning. Maybe this Vcsa if it stays in play over 4 and a few others. And the market is about to open here. So yeah, hopefully we can get some good trades in. I'll be sure to kind of let you guys know if anything else pops up on the scanner that I'm watching. And if you guys have any questions, just let me know in the YouTube section, in the comment section. Alright, so far nice open on MTTR, held that 620 and spiked. Vcsa is getting a little push here above 4, so we can keep an eye there. DRCT is a little heavy, but it's still trying to hold this 360. Alright, so far nice push on VCSA. I got an entry on VCSA at $4.15. I'm selling some up here. I sold half towards 428. And I'm going to try to sell another quarter towards those pre-market highs, hopefully towards like 450. With a tight stop here. So I'm not going to let it go under 419. I'm going to keep a tight stop and hopefully we get another breakout here on VCSA. Alright, so I ended up stopping out the rest above my entry for a small profit on my last half. It just didn't hold. I wanted to see that hold 420 and curl back up, but it was pretty heavy there, so small win. I just kind of wanted to take advantage of that little pop. I was hoping for more though. Nvta staying pretty heavy. DRCT so far pretty heavy. Viru is getting a little pop here. And HLBZ still keeping an eye there as well. And I guess Vcsa, if this dip holds and we curl back up with a lot of strength, I might consider re-entering. But right now it feels kind of heavy, so I'm probably going to leave that alone. But yeah, if you guys think there's anything setting up that I'm not watching, just be sure to let me know in the YouTube comments. Or if you're in the private Discord, you can put a message there. Man, I missed MTTR. That was a nice one as well. VERU pushing up through those pre-market highs. And Thinkorswim's been kind of slow lately at the open for me. I feel like it's been lagging lately. And nice strength still on MTTR. It looks like it wants to break out again. We'll see how it reacts to high of day. But yeah, I definitely missed the entry. I wanted to get in close to that 620 risk level. I was just watching too many things. It was really two things setting up, this VCSA towards that support and this one, and I ended up picking the weaker one. But there's been a lot of action lately, even in the afternoons. So hopefully we get some really nice stuff to pop up on the scans. I'm just kind of sitting on hands right now. VZIO made a pretty nice move. VZIO. It's probably a bigger float though. Yeah, it looks like 40 million. Bcab is popping up on the scanner. So far it did hold that 680 level that I mentioned. It looks a little bit spready though. There's like a 5-cent spread. But it's pushing a little bit. So I'll definitely keep an eye on that. Nvta halted to the downside. VERU, we have that big level towards 16 that we're approaching on the daily. Really impressive how this daily chart is able to just reclaim every time. And it's probably going to halt VERU. Nice break on MTTR. So there's a lot of like bigger float stocks right now that are lower priced that are running. Like Hut, for example, that one has a pretty big float, over 100 million. MTTR is another example of a bigger float. That one has a 200 million float, but a lot of nice breakouts. And with a lot of these, you can have really tight stops. There's decent volume. Nice breakthrough 7 on MTTR. I did get a little scalp here earlier on the 7 break, but it didn't really follow through too much. HUT. We'll see if that one breaks out higher. Yeah, MTTR starting to get a little extended here on the 5-minute. Hasn't really had a pullback yet. VERU still looks pretty strong. VERU, like I said earlier, just really wild daily chart, just back and forth. Huge range on this daily channel. But yeah, it'll be really interesting. We have a big level here towards 1750, and then another big level towards the 18s. And then beyond that, there's really not much resistance. MTTR, nice push still holding 7. When I look at the daily on MTTR, I can kind of see that we have a level towards, just kind of a level towards 8, and then 9s. Looks like JMIA is also breaking out. Vcsa is back over that key level again. So we can definitely keep an eye on this one. And there's the first big rejection on MTTR. It was getting pretty extended on that 5-minute. You can see that first red bar is coming in. So most likely we're probably gonna get a lower high here and then a flush even lower, unless it makes a big recovery. Let's take a look closer at this JMIA. Pretty nice grind so far. Oh, nice move on VRM. Looks like there's a lot of resistance though that we're kind of running into. BNGO is making a really nice move. Wow. I saw this one earlier in the low threes, but I didn't think too much of it. But this thing's going parabolic right now. BNGO, this is going to be the main watch right now. And it's probably going to halt. I think we're going to halt here. Potentially 417s. Yeah, if I was watching this closely, that would have been a really nice entry towards 390 with really tight risk in hindsight. Then you can, sell into this and then hold maybe half into the halt. If it gaps up, um, then you can sell into that with like a break even stop on the rest. Or you could even have a tight stop at like 390. But a really nice move on BNGO. If I had to guess, we're probably going to see this gap up. Or at least push a little bit higher, if I had to guess. That was a pretty strong move. I was looking at the daily on BNGO, and you can see that we do kind of have a clear level towards 490 to 5 area, all the way up to 6. So if we do get a push up to this area, it might even be a good short as well later on if it gets even more extended. But yeah, by the time I saw this, it was already above the 4s, I think, so I really didn't want to chase it too much. Hopefully some of you caught this if you were watching it on this run up. So far, I just have a few scalps on a few different stocks. I'm green this morning so far, but nothing really crazy. Recently, I've been scalping a lot in the morning and then kind of exhausting myself for the afternoon, and I've been missing a lot of really good afternoon trades. So I'm trying to take it a little bit easier towards like the first 20 minutes and really let things set up. But so far today, really nice opportunities. Like MTTR is still trying to hold up and reclaim. Still has some work to do. Maybe if it trades sideways for a little bit longer. But regardless, really nice opportunity towards at the open. There was also good short setups. DRCT, really nice wedge breakdown under that 360 level. And I'm sure a lot of other things will probably pop up. We're already getting some other stuff on the scans. AMRS is popping up on the scans. Alright, let's see when this opens. 7:56. So it should open in about 1 minute. If it's a 5-minute halt. Man, MTTR right back at the highs. So actually pretty heavy open so far. Let's see if we get volume above 4 here. Yeah, pretty heavy for now. Really nice continuation there on DNA. I was watching that earlier towards the 370s. And we might actually halt again to the upside. Yep, it looks like it's halted. Alright guys, I am going to go ahead and end the live YouTube stream. I'm going to go ahead and stream my screen in the Discord screen share in the private Discord room. So if anyone's interested in joining that, if you're not already in the private Discord, there's a link in the description. So you guys can go on our website and sign up for that if you'd like. It comes with scans, my live commentary, my watch lists in the morning and at nighttime. So there's a lot of things included with that. But yeah, I hope that this watch list kind of help you guys be prepared for the stuff that's moving today. And I plan on doing these a lot more often on the public YouTube channel here. So do me a favor if you guys can, please just give me a like on YouTube. It really helps with the views and everything. And also be sure to turn the notifications on. I'm going to be doing these a lot more often, so you'll get notified whenever I go live in the mornings. But yeah, for the private Discord members, just go to the Discord screen share and I'll continue on there.